Hey, and Weez is live.
Of course we are. What it do, snackers and snackers? It's your boy Gage. I'm in the building. Jokes, you in your building?
I'm in my building.
You in the Xbox building. Sin, you in
Hey.
your building.
What's up? I'm in here.
You in the One Piece building.
Right.
And coming to us live from the Elements of Light building. You know what I'm
Hey.
saying? The homie Tyrone Selby. Welcome to the show, bro. How you feeling, man?
What's happening?
I'm chilling, man. How are you?
I'm chilling. Can't complain. I guess I'm in the building. I don't know which building I'm in, but
The
I'm here.
Elements of Light building.
That's
That's
it.
the building.
Oh, okay. You said that. You said that. I can follow directions.
Yep, it's cool. It's cool. Welcome to the show. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen. So listen, y'all. This is cutscenes where we get together once a week. We talk about video games, and cutscenes are.
The best part of the game.
It's true. It's true. And Ty, man, it's been a long time since we've actually had a chance to like talk to you, like, you know. So it's good to see you. Kind of missing the Khan family and so forth this year.
Absolutely.
Is life okay?
Life is okay. I mean, I'm back doing everything that I love, actually.
Okay.
Finally back at work, and for those who don't know, I'm a dance teacher, so
Awesome.
of course that was on pause for a long time due to everything that's going on.
Right.
But now I'm back to dancing the salsa.
Uh-huh.
Dig.
All the time with the shoulders. All the time with the shoulders, Ty.
That's right. That's
All the
right.
time with
This is how
this
you,
joint.
this is how you dance
You know what I'm
salsa in
saying?
your seat.
Exactly.
You know he never
All of
stopped
that.
dancing. At home dancing
I
know.
everywhere.
I
Going
know
to
it's a
make
fact.
make some food. Heading out the front door. About to make some grub. Dancing.
That's
Right.
right.
Hey, so check this out. Ty, when we met you because you were tabling at All Star Comic Con, and you have a book. Can you talk to us about what it is you do for everybody who's watching?
Oh, this one?
Oh yeah, that's the one.
Hey, that's the one right
That's
there.
it.
Oh,
That's it.
yeah. Or was it? I'm sorry. Was it this one?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Different issues. Got it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So-
talk to us.
I am a comic book writer, self-published my comic book Elements of Light. That is a ongoing series. I'm really, really excited. And this year, I started production for issue 3. I know
My man.
a lot of people have been waiting for that. I'm sure a whole bunch of people are going to come at me in the comments.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But really, really excited for issue 3. I've gotten a lot of people asking me, or it's like they're trying to guess what's going to happen next, and I'm just like,
Don't worry.
Right.
so
It's coming.
it's fun.
They have no idea. You like they have no idea. It's
I'm
better
so
that way.
excited.
Better that way.
And you know, a lot of people are just like, oh, like, you know, are you writing as you go? And so here's the secret. So these are issues, and I'm working on issue 3. I am 6 volumes in written.
Oh wow. Oh, all right.
So
Oh.
That's
Okay.
the secret.
there's a lot.
That's the secret sauce, bruh.
Yeah. That's his Bible
Yeah.
that he calls it.
Yeah,
That's
the
right.
Bible.
That's the Bible.
Yeah.
Man. So
I'm
listen,
really excited. Really excited.
I think Elements of Light would make a dope RPG. Let's
Hey.
just
Hey.
call it. We are
Hey.
talking games here.
Mm,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Come on, man. Talk to me. Spill a bean, man. Tell me you got something in there playing like you know what I mean? Like you plan on trying to put a little indie something together somewhere and put an RPG out or something.
If I were to be completely honest, Elements of Light was originally supposed to be an RPG fantasy game.
Hey.
My man. There it is. There it is. Okay.
That was the original intent of it.
Okay.
Just so happens that that's really expensive, and I can't code for anything, and I don't know how to do any gaming. So
We went with
I
this
mean,
we went on a cheaper route, and then I was like, oh, I can make it an animated series. That'll be dope.
Hey,
And then I still ain't had no money, so then we went on a different route, and then it became a comic book.
My
dig
man,
it.
That works.
that's fair. You got to start small and work your way
Start
up
there
sometimes,
and
man.
work
So
it.
that's
Work
cool.
through it.
Do that and work it up. At least I know you got those things in the works. Hey, listen, we got a lot to cover. There's a lot brewing in games this week. So here's where I want to start. Okay. Last week we talked about Fortnite
Yep.
and how is Fortnite still in beta?
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? It's not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
As of yesterday, Fortnite Save the World mode no longer in beta.
Hey,
So, look, I just want to say congratulations for getting a game that is the greatest game on the planet right now out of beta.
Beta.
How does that
pretty much.
Hey,
How does that happen?
listen? Because I think because they
Start the
came up
show,
with a
my
free
head hurts
part.
already.
Yeah, it's not even. It's like it's just one of those things where Save the World mode, because the game was in. I mean, really, that game they were working on that game for like 7 or 8 years
mm-hmm.
before it came out in the beta form for Save the World. We jumped in as founders. Now I'm gonna read to you what they put in the blog.
Oh, please do.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Oh, no.
Home base commanders. Fortnite has always been in a constant state of evolution since we first began development, and so much has changed over the years as we played and developed the game with you. As we near the 3-year anniversary of Fortnite and Save the World's release, we wanted to share an update on our development plans. Since the launch of Save the World's early access period, we've added a vast collection of unique heroes and schematics, an overhaul of the front end and hero loadouts, weapon recombobulation system, a climactic narrative experience, and more that has shaped Save the World into a massive collection RPG experience. Today, we're bringing Save the World out of early access and have decided that it will remain a premium experience rather than going free to play. Development of new content will slow down after this official release, but the adventure doesn't end here for Save the World. All paid founders, that would be us,
Yes.
will have their founders packs upgraded to the next level and unlock all the rewards included in the upgraded pack. Free, courtesy of Homebase. Ultimate Edition owners, that would be us,
Yeah.
will be granted the new Metal Team Leader pack and 8,000 V-Bucks.
Ooh,
Okay.
free
The
money.
Legacy Early Access label will be removed from Battle Royale and Creative Game modes, a holdover from our initial Save the World launch. Over the coming months, Save the World will no longer be able to support all upcoming Fortnite Battle Royale cosmetic purchases, but your existing library of cosmetics will continue to function in both modes.
Okay.
We'll let everyone know via the home-based status report when this change will take place. So basically what's going to happen now is they're introducing a new mode for Save the World mode called Ventures. And so basically they talk about long play replayability, long-term replayability, and they go into this thing about exactly what Ventures is going to be, bringing like pirates in and new like tropical themed areas and stuff like that. And they're changing the seasonal structure so that it's like once a year or something like that. So again, it's going to slow down.
Mhm.
And I just think it's interesting that they decided to keep this something that people have to pay for
Mm-hmm.
if they want to do it. And that tells me one thing, which is that there have to be people that are actually paying for it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because one, to continue working on it in beta means that there are people playing Save the World mode, not just playing Fortnite Battle Royale, again, the biggest game on the planet.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Arguably. But two, they had to be bringing in money from this as well as bringing in money from the store, you know what I mean, with the battle pass and so forth, because otherwise there wouldn't be any reason to not just switch this over and be like, all right, you guys pay for this up front. We're going to give you a bunch of stuff because you guys were the founders or whatever and da-da-da. But we're not making any money here, so there's no point in us trying to charge people for it. There have to be people that are coming into the free-to-play side and actually playing and paying money for
Yeah.
the Save the World mode. There has to be.
Right.
I couldn't call it. I don't know anybody who plays it. I mean, we were the only people I knew who played it.
Yeah, our click. Yeah, that was it.
So I don't, you know what I mean? Like, clearly, there are numbers we're not seeing that they're seeing that make it make sense for them to keep it a paid premium product.
Definitely.
Especially when you're talking about slowing down content coming to it. Then what would you be paying for other than the mode? You know what I'm saying?
Especially after beta. Like,
Right. Right. Like you paid
I'm
for it
still
and got the
back there.
beta. They just took that
Yeah.
off like yesterday.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like yesterday. For 3 years.
you said a
we-
bunch of stuff, and I'm just like, but they just got off beta. Like,
They did. They did. Listen, we
passed
gave
that
away codes to the beta version of this at NovaCon.
Yeah,
Before there was an All-Star Con.
yeah.
At NovaCon. Like,
Shows
the
how-
anniversary of
don't
this
say
game,
anything. That's the bad word.
it is, but it's still part of our history. You know what I mean? Like, we can't just act like it might belong in a museum.
Like,
We can take down the NovaCon flags,
yeah.
but they still.
You can't say that it didn't happen.
Yeah, we can't just- you know what I mean? Like, the legacy that is All-Star Con is built on the NovaCon. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I met so many great people there that I'm still good people with.
oh, so many stories like that. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We were there. I love it.
Hey,
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, Lightning brought us something interesting. It was like, let's not forget, Fortnite won Game of the Year in beta.
It did, yeah. It did. Which is like, who does that? Epic is who does that. And what
Yeah.
can they do with that power? They make Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo play nice together. Like,
Yes.
that's what they
Yes.
do.
Hey, they made
that
that
power.
happen.
That's what they can.
They
Salute.
did. They did. Hey, listen, man. Anybody want to just give any thoughts on what's going on with Fortnite? Are you gonna play it? Are you gonna jump back in? I mean, I just like need to jump in and just open all my dailies because they're gonna get rid of them. I need to open
just
all my
like the-
dailies.
I need to do the same thing.
Just jump back.
Every time I turn it on, it takes me like an hour to go through them.
Oh yeah, definitely, because we're so behind. Yeah,
I may just boot
No,
that up
actually-
tonight.
I actually like that they're giving all that stuff to founders. Like mention, like no, you like, and we complained about that. Like I was there day one. I bought the super duper edition for it, and now you charge me like we just had that whole thing with Mortal Kombat. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I like the fact they're looking to the people who started all this. Like, look, we got y'all. We know you've been here, so you getting all this stuff for free. You ain't got to worry about it. You don't got to pay
Right.
for it. Like I think that's great. I like it, and I hope more companies
do
do with that going forward. Yeah.
What about you, Jokes? You never played that joint anyway, so
I dabbled in it, but once Battle Royale came out, I more or less jumped into that side and played on the Battle Royale front. But I kind of wanted to
I'm gonna need you to say that again, dog. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. As a wrestling guy, is it Battle Royal? Because I'm getting
Excuse
ready to
me.
fry you right now.
Battle
Royale.
Royale
Royale.
for you.
I was just making sure. I know there's
Yeah.
an E on the end of that joint.
There is an E, but my wrestling lingo got the better of me.
It's not a Royale Rumble. It's a Royal Rumble. It's a Battle Royale.
But yeah, I think I will.
His brain just stopped.
Yeah.
No, I just let it go. I just let it
He
go.
had a seizure. Like, man,
I just let it go.
like live. All I did was add a silent E.
I just let
He
it go.
Silent E?
Can I compete?
I just let it go. But
Hey, I love you, Jokes. I love you, Jokes.
that's what I'm
By the
here
way,
for.
there's a silent E in Jokes. I just want you to know that. But it's not Joe Case.
That's what
It's just Jokes.
Joe K, is that what we're gonna do from now on? Joe K's?
Hey, listen, straight up.
You mean to throw the
What's up, Joe
apostrophe?
Case?
Oh god.
Oh
You'll be
god.
like Jack K from 227 now. You Joe Case.
But yeah, I'll probably just jump like just from some of the things that they add in all the time. Like when they did when they added Thanos in, like I went in and I had to do that at least until I could at least beat Thanos one time. I managed to actually beat Thanos. Once I became him, when wrecked everybody, I just said, you know what, I'm good now. Now I can hop back off again.
You felt good about that, and
I
you left. You
I felt good
beat
about
up some
that.
little kids.
Probably
beat up some
did.
little kids playing Battle Royale.
Probably did.
You felt
With
good about it
Thanos.
and got out.
And got
All
out
right.
before it got any worse.
Okay, that's fair. Hey, listen, the only issue I have with this whole thing is I feel like the founders tag should stay. I don't think they should get rid
I
of it.
think so as well. Or at least being
I feel
able
like
to turn it on or off or something. At least, if you wanted to put some other tag or something on there. Like, I think.
nah, Slim, I'm a founder. I want my joint in neon,
Right,
bruh.
right.
Like,
You
put my
made
joint,
it.
give me my tag.
Yeah, like, no,
You feel
I
me?
definitely
I
I
think.
made y'all. Yeah, like,
I definitely
Would
think
be
they should
all
keep
around
that
me.
somehow, just to show the people that fully backed them before they got to Battle Royale and became the biggest thing on the face of the planet. But
mhm. I'm good. I'm good. Other than that, I'm
stop
good.
it, Marcus.
I-
Stop it, Marcus. My man jokes
Uh-oh.
he was like without the Music Ranger background. Like, if you guys didn't see
My
Lotus
man.
Takes Weekly, you don't get that reference. But
My man. Yeah. Without it, straight up. All right, so check this out. On to a slightly sadder news, but related. Not specifically to Fortnite, but so Microsoft announced that they are shutting down all 83 of the Microsoft stores, all of them. They're gonna keep four stores open, but they'll be like flagship stores
like
for like experiential
experience type of thing. Yeah.
stuff. Here's the only reason why I'm bringing this up. Because last week they put Mixer, they gave Mixer a funeral.
Mm-hmm.
And this week they're giving all the Microsoft stores a funeral.
Mm-hmm.
And 83 stores ain't no joke. And it probably means that this was going to happen anyway. But their stores haven't been open since like February because of COVID.
Right. Right.
But what they found is that, first let me say this. None of their employees are losing their jobs.
That was what I wanted to bring up.
All of their employees will continue to work. Because what they found is that they are able to do all of what they were doing in the store from home.
Mm-hmm.
All of the help
So they
desk
gonna
stuff,
stay
all of the
right
orders,
on the money.
all of the digital, all of it. So here's the thing. This is another, like, we about to really focus on this Xbox Series X joint. We about to really take this hit on the cost of these consoles.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, we're not even trying to have storefronts where y'all can come get them. You would think, if anything, like,
Mike, you would want to go right to the Microsoft store and
yeah,
get
like,
something.
I mean, if you can't get it anywhere else, right? Like, if like, obviously there's still a GameStop or whatever. There's still, Targets and Best Buys or whatever, but you don't necessarily know what's going to happen, right? But you figure with the scramble that will probably exist trying to get it, them having to allocate units to Microsoft stores, which aren't that popular to begin with, almost doesn't make sense. You need to make sure that you don't tie up your distribution chain, right? So now you're going to have units that you're going to save that are going to go out because people are going to order and pre-order digitally, and you're going to be able to ship directly. But you're not going to ship it to your stores first and then have people come get them, or ship them to the stores and then have to ship them from the stores. You are going to save logistically on that, period. There's just no two ways around it. And when you know that they are doing so much business digitally, it also tells you there's a high likelihood that this secret Xbox that ain't so secret probably ain't going to have no disk drive, because they already have a box that doesn't have a disk drive. And doing that digital business is bringing them so much more money because the margins are so much better.
Mm-hmm.
It just is what it is. You cut the middleman out.
That's it.
And so this is a move that, to me, is very, very similar to them deciding last week a Mixer is gone. You know what I mean? Because this almost seems just as abrupt to just be like, most of the time when something like this happens and they wind down, it'll be like, we're going to shut down 30 stores. You know what I'm saying? And just see how things go, reallocate some money or whatever. And then if that doesn't work, we're going to shut down another 20 stores. All right, we're going to call it. But it's not like Microsoft ain't close to bankrupt. They've probably been losing money on them stores for a long time just so they could have a presence, just to try to compete with Apple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or whatever. And it's unnecessary, because that's not really how Microsoft does business. So, one, I'm glad nobody's losing their job.
Definitely.
That's dope.
Right.
But two, I think this really is another just kind of a nail in that coffin of, like, I really think we're going to see a significant reduction in price, or the Series X and the S if were really going to be dumb expensive, and they're planning on taking an additional hit that they weren't
Prepared
looking to take
yeah.
before.
Right.
They're going to recoup a lot of that bread. So the fact that they're doing that, have any of y'all ever even been in that Microsoft store?
Maybe
I've stepped into Microsoft a few times. Mostly just for to honestly go in and see what the experience like you said, comparing it to like how an Apple store was, to kind of walk in and feel it out or whatever. The one thing I do give to them, just like you were saying, the experience part, like most of the times when I've walked into a Microsoft store, I've walked into like some type of experience type thing on whether it was like a gaming tournament or if it was like a presentation on how to operate or do something. That was mostly what I saw going on in there. Otherwise, it was just mostly people walking in, looking at stuff, walking right back out. Obviously, they do repairs in there, so I know a lot of people probably more or less went there to get repairs and stuff done, but most of the time, it was just those experience type things to actually see.
I mean, Microsoft has for a very long time been very good about how they handle repairs. Like, they will send a box to your house, pack that thing up, slap a label on it, send it away.
Mm-hmm.
They'll fix it and send it back. Like, it's just not, it's really not worth it. Because even if you take it to a store, it's not like they're fixing it right then and there. You're going to wait, and you got to come back and get it, or, you know what I mean, or whatever it is. So I think my very first, like my original Xbox, I can't even remember what happened to it. Something was wrong with it. And I ended up calling Microsoft customer support, and they were like, we're going to send you a label and a box. Just pack it up. And I kid you not, the label and the box were at my house within like 2 hours. Like a DHL dude showed up at my door, knocked on the door to drop the box off. And I was like, for real? And he was like, yeah,
wow.
You just go ahead and put it in there or whatever. And I was like, all right. And then I guess just leave it tomorrow. And he was like, nah. I mean, he was like, if you get it done, and like, he's like, I'm going to be in the neighborhood. I'll just come back and pick it up.
Wow. Like, I know when I had to send my 360 in for the Red Rings, I had the box like in 2 days. Like, I thought that was rather quick, but geez.
Hey, dog, I never had red rings.
Oh,
I never had red rings.
that's a pain point for me.
I don't like that you had red rings.
Very.
I don't like that at all.
Point.
How long were you without your box when you had red rings?
Well, actually, when I got the Red Rings the first time, it just so happened
The first time.
The first time.
The first time. When I first had 360, got the Red Rings, the Elite had just come out. So I went ahead, I got the Elite and sent the other one off and was using the Elite during the time. Got the other one back, it went on another TV in the house, but then, 6 months to a year later, the Red Rings happened on the Elite box. So I had to send the Elite in, get that one done. Like, grand total, I
like that your red rings come back like a bad STD.
Dog. I had to do.
I'm gonna. Only you, Joe Case. Only you, Joe Case.
But nah, at least 4 times, because like about the third
Joe's
time.
got the dirty boxes. Is that what you said? Joe's got the dirty boxes.
I said,
Is that what you said?
Sin, you stay over there. No, you didn't. Sin, you stay over there. But nah, I got to the point where I started doing. I wasn't trying to send the Joan in, so I was doing the towel trick and everything. I was getting a couple hours of gameplay out of it before it red ringed again. But then I finally got the Slim, and I got that Halo Edition one. Now I was good from there on forward. Still my favorite console to this day. That's my favorite console to ever watch. Just the look of it and everything.
I mean,
funny too, Sam.
Here's the thing. They say that the closing of physical locations is going to result in a pre-tax charge of approximately $450 million.
Woo!
Or like 5 cents a share. That's bruh.
That's money.
That's a hit. But they have it.
Oh yeah.
And clearly they're making it back.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise,
it wouldn't
even be. Like it wouldn't be a thing, yeah. 83 stores. That's just a lot, man. They said our sales have grown online as our product portfolio has evolved to largely digital offerings, and our talented team has proven success serving customers beyond any physical location. Microsoft Corporate Vice President David Porter said in a statement. They're making money. You know what I mean? It's working. I will say that that's one of the things that we've talked about before is like COVID has proven that very, very many jobs could just be done from home.
Straight up.
Right.
We could be saving the environment, cutting down on pollution and traffic and, you know what I'm saying, whatever, because really people could just be at home.
Right.
And do the job. So, yeah, what were you going to say, Ty?
Well, you know they're going to recoup that anyway, one, with the product they're about to release, and two, them not paying rent on all of these buildings that they're shutting
that's
down.
A fact.
That's almost an immediate recoup.
Yep.
So, what is that?
It sure is. It sure is. I mean, I'm sure that there's going to be some minor loss that comes from having to break leases or something like that.
Right.
But I'd be willing to wager that there's some sort of a clause because the malls ain't open anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like some malls are open or are starting to open, but you know. So I don't know. I think that this kind of bodes well for what we might see price wise with this new console. And speaking of new console, the Xbox Series S rumors, man, they flying. They all over the place. Microsoft having some trouble keeping some secrets right now. It's like out of control at the moment. Sin, you okay, buddy? Did we lose you? Is he frozen?
Oh, he frozen.
He's frozen. Oh, he froze. There we go. All right, he'll come back. Okay, there we go. I was like, well, I mean,
I love.
I was looking at that like, my man hasn't moved for a minute.
Dog.
I bet you are loving it right now.
No, my man Ty got the split screen thing going on right now.
Oh, that's what's
next
up.
to each other.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, so look. So, all right, here's where we at. So, right now the rumors are that the Series S is coming in August.
Oh, this is...
Dog, they gonna announce that on this month and come out next month.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Woo.
But the understanding was it was supposed to originally be announced in June, which would make sense for E3.
Makes sense, yep.
You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And then drop in August, and then the Series X would come in like October, September.
Mm-hmm.
So they were going to drop one console first and then do the other one. Now, the rumor is that the Lockhart is supposed to have a faster or a more powerful CPU than the PS5. Now, it's going to lose in some other place. Like, it's not going to have the faster, it's not going to have a faster SSD or whatever, right? But the fact that the CPU is powerful means that they're going to be able to do some stuff with it that I just wasn't necessarily thinking. Like, for me, once PlayStation announced they had two consoles that were on par power-wise to each other, and the only difference is that one has a disc and one doesn't, the rumors have always been, look at that, the rumors have always been that the Lockhart or the Series S would be a less powerful version of the new Xbox, which that kind of concerned me as far as like, all right, well, what are you going to do, Microsoft, and how do you intend to play this hand? Because I don't think they saw at all PlayStation having two consoles. I don't think they saw that coming at all. Especially not when the rumors were like Sony's having trouble getting parts. You know what I mean? So I think that changes things. Now, my man jumped back in. We don't got no video.
He on struggle right now. He on a little bit of struggle right now.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what's going on. I see his little circle. Gone again.
Get him out of here.
Banish.
We gonna say
Banish. I knew you were going to do it, so I figured I might as well jump on the bandwagon. So here's the thing. According to The Verge, let me pull and read a little bit of this article. So it says a leaked document recently hinted at the company's second next-gen Xbox, and now rumors suggest it will be fully revealed in August. So maybe not released, but fully revealed.
Okay.
Microsoft had originally planned to unveil the console, codenamed Lockhart, in June. Microsoft has now reportedly moved these plans to August, and that it will be the Series S. Microsoft has been working on the second, cheaper next-gen Xbox console for months,
Mm-hmm.
based on a leaked document. That document sheds some further light on the company's plans. Microsoft's Xbox Series X dev kit, the Series X dev kit, which is codenamed Dante, go figure, allows game developers to enable a special Lockhart mode that has a profile of the performance that Microsoft wants to hit with the second console. So basically, if you already have a Series X dev kit, it has a mode in it that allows you to make sure that your game can run and hit the specs that they want to hit on that console. Now, I don't know about you, but you're not building that into a dev kit. If you don't have intentions of putting that out, like that's just how it is. Oh, they be spinning, they be spinning. Welcome back, bro. What happened? Vacation, your flux capacitor working, you went to the future, came back. What did you find out? How much the Xbox Series X gonna be?
No, I didn't get that far, unfortunately.
Oh, all right. All right. So yeah, so it says again that the performance on it is going to have a slightly underclocked CPU, and they've seen additional documents that suggest Lockhart will actually have the same speed CPU as the Series X. Okay. The console will include a 7.5 gigabyte of usable RAM and around 4 teraflops of GPU performance, which puts it at like half of what the Series X has as far as that performance, because the Series X is like 13 gigs of 13 teraflops or whatever. I mean 12 teraflops, 13 gigs of RAM. So it makes it like half the power. Still makes it more powerful than the One X, but also does make it less powerful as far as that performance is concerned to the PlayStation 5. So here's what I want to know. If they unveil this in August, that means they're not going to talk about it in July. And we know we're having an event in July for them to talk about the game. So if they're not unveiling it until August, are we not getting a price point for either one of these consoles until at least August?
I don't know.
Probably. Because when you want to put that price on them at the same time, I would figure.
Not necessarily. Like, I think definitely for the fact of the Series X, I really think we will get that beforehand. So I know they said games for July. I know they're going to show off, but maybe we will get the price point.
Well, they said games. They said games for PlayStation 2. And
I was going to say PlayStation 5 said it was going to be games, and then they revealed the box.
So maybe they'll step out. You know, I think Microsoft has been one step ahead of the curve. I think they will drop the price on the Series X still in this month in July. And then I think what will happen is the other box, like we know that one is going to be relatively on the cheaper side. So I think they're trying to, in a sense, keep it in the back pocket just and so, you know, they can say, oh, great, PS5, they decided to release their price point on the console. Well, here's our price point on this one. And hey, by the way, it's dropping next month. So you're thinking they'll give us the price of the Series X in July. Wait to see if that forces PlayStation to announce the price of the PS5, and then in August give the price of the Lockhart. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. I mean, it gives them some leverage, right? To say, here's the thing I think is going to happen. I think that they're going to really try to push the Xbox All Access plan with the Lockhart, with the Series S. So I think they will be putting together an entire plan because like right now, the Xbox All Access plan, if you're not aware of what it is, you can get like the Xbox All Digital, like the current Xbox One S All Digital Edition with Game Pass and Xbox Live, and it's like $20 a month. It's $19.99 a month. Now you do have to. It takes a credit check. I mean, come on, we're not just handing them joints out. But if you remember, the way that plan works with the All Access is that even if you do it right now, you can take that plan and upgrade that plan to a Series S or a Series X. That tells me there are people that are doing this already, or it wouldn't be a thing that's still a plan. Right. But it also gives people the ability to say, all right,
let me go ahead and do the all access plan with Game Pass, all of these games, $20 a month for the Series S. Let me get the less expensive, you know what I mean? Not quite as powerful. I'm good without that, you know what I'm saying? Right now, console, because I have the ability built in to upgrade to the Series X.
Right.
And if you know, history shows Microsoft has a third console.
Right.
It's in the pocket.
Microsoft has a third console. There is a console that is more powerful than the Series X that is coming out in the next 3 years. Trust me. There's no two ways about it. That's what they're on right now. That's what they're on right now.
Mm-hmm.
So there will be something else that's a Series something, be a Series Z or whatever it is. There will be another box that is a Series something that's coming in the next 3 years. 2023, we get a new box. That's where I'm at. And you'll be able to upgrade to that.
Yep.
Like if you want to wait, if you're good where you are now, you know what I'm saying? And if you look at what their long game plan is, right now, we're not making any games that are exclusive to the Series X
Right.
for at least another year and a half, 18 months, possibly a full 2 years. So that puts us in 2022, right around the time when they'll be like, so we got this other box.
Right.
Oh.
His turn now?
Finished.
His turn?
Oh, he's gone to the Shadow Realm now.
What is going on? He's back.
Damn.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
Hey, that scared me. I got scared.
Some in the
Hey,
air.
listen, I don't know what y'all saw, but on my side, it was like poltergeist. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Ty, are you interested in a Series X and S? Are you looking forward to a PlayStation 5? Where are we right now?
So like for me personally, I could care less because I'm not going to be jumping in no competitive Xbox floor or competitive like that's what that means to me. You got the super hard serious gamers with the whole gadget, and everyone's trying to get the more power, the more speed, the fastest loading time, the fastest internet connection, and I'm just like, I just want to play the damn game. Like that's all I care about. So I'm the consumer that's okay with the first release as long as it stops giving me the red rings and all that stuff. Like,
right?
I'm gonna wear my Xbox condom, but we're not.
Just don't get your box from Joe K.
Right. Right.
That's all. I'm getting it from Joe K. Yep, there it is. All right, so you're ready to wait. Like you're not really ready to jump into either one of these boxes or a PlayStation 5. Like you're good right now, where you are.
Yeah.
My man. But I mean, I guess that's part of what the long game is, right? I think that's maybe where Microsoft is right now, and just saying that, like, yeah, we're bringing out new games, but they're gonna work on the current because the price drops on the current consoles have to be ridiculous. They have to be. And then Game Pass.
No brainer.
I mean, just kind of makes it a no-brainer. I actually saw something earlier today. I wasn't going to bring this up, but I saw something earlier today. There was a developer who was saying that since his game released on Game Pass, he is seeing 5 times the number of purchases of his game.
I believe it.
Okay? But here's the thing. He's seeing 3 times the number of purchases on Xbox. Which means that Game Pass is putting his game enough into the zeitgeist that people are picking it up on other consoles.
Yeah. That's
You understand what I'm saying? And then said, and I just signed another long-term contract with Game Pass. My game is going to be there for a very long time. It's working.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's
If it
working.
ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't touch
Nah,
it. Leave it alone.
not at all. Leave it be. Wrap a towel around it. Save your own red
Right.
rings. Don't send it back.
Right.
Right, Joe Case? Just saying. Hey, are we getting? So we're getting a price, Jokes,
Mhm.
in July.
Yep.
You agree with that, Sin?
Yeah, I do.
We're getting a price
Mhm.
Yeah.
because they want us to be able to pre-order.
Yep.
Put your money down.
That's
Put
it.
your money down. Yeah. Lock it in.
I'm with that. 100%. 100%. I think it would be a mistake if we don't get a price in July. I think if you come out strong and say, look at all these games we got. Boom, 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 boom. These are all Microsoft titles. These are our games, blah, 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 whatever. That should be the big pitch that says, this is why you want one, and here's what we're going to charge you for it.
And here's
Put
what
your
it
money
is.
down now.
And pre-orders go live right now. Like,
Right, you know what I mean? Put
Yeah.
your money down now
Yeah.
because, and I still maintain that they're going to announce another studio acquisition, at least one studio acquisition
I agree with you on
at that
one.
time, and show a
Yeah.
game.
I'm with you on
I'm
that.
still in that mode.
Because
Um,
again, you get the consumer like myself that's like, I don't care about like the super fast, high speed, lightning round, teraflop, gigabit, Digimon evolution, whatever. What am I going to play on it, and how much is it?
Right. That's
I
it.
get it.
I mean, that's what it comes.
I
That's what
get
it comes down to.
I see a break
And I
down on
feel
the
like-
give me the price. Let me know when I can have it.
They in a
Right.
position where they need to one up PlayStation because PlayStation did
Yeah.
that. Here's what's coming. Here's what's coming for the next 3 years because most of them games ain't coming no time soon.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Here's what's coming for the next 3 years, and here's the box, but they didn't say the price. That's the one thing people are like, all right, but they didn't tell us how much it is. So if they say,
Right.
here's what's coming, and most of it's coming this year, and it's all gonna be in Game Pass, and here's the price. You already seen the
There we
box.
go. Yeah.
It's all good.
I know what I want for Christmas now. The end.
Right.
How about that?
I feel like that's the gauntlet. You know what I'm saying? I think that's
Right.
going down the gauntlet. So now, speaking of July,
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft announced today. I don't know if y'all saw this. So Summer Game Fest, Jeff Keighley's whole.
Saw that.
So Microsoft announced today that for 1 week, from July 21st through 27th, they're doing a Game Fest demo event
Woo!
on the Xbox. They are going to release. Slim, hold on, because I have to read this, yeah.
Do go right ahead.
Because this is the thing. It says we'll have more than 60 brand new game demos for upcoming unreleased Xbox games available to check out for free. Look for the special Game Fest demo tile on the Xbox One dashboard that week to find the collection of available demos.
Mhm.
Now, I'm gonna go over the rules and regulations for a second.
Okay.
It says a few things to keep in mind. These are not normal game demos.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, the demos you see in our demo channel are created after the game is completed or nearly completed and represent the final version. Many of these demos are early, and some are for games that won't be out for quite some time. We've never done this before. What that means is that you'll get to experience these games early, some way early, which is awesome. But you should also note that these games will continue to evolve and be polished as they near release. In other words, think of these as akin to show floor demos and not necessarily indicative of the final product. And speaking as somebody who has worked in the industry for a while, that's not a bad thing. In fact, being able to check out games early and then see how they evolve is freaking awesome.
Yeah, I agree with that.
These demos will only be up on the Xbox dashboard for 1 week. Some might be republished to the demo channel later, but many will simply evaporate at the end of the week, so make sure you check them out while you can. The developers would love to hear what you think. Hit them up on social media or through their websites. If you like the game, tell them. If you have constructive criticism, they would love to hear that too. As mentioned, we'll have a lot of games, somewhere between 75 and 100
Oh, we got a busy week that week.
when
Oh.
the dust settles. Right?
I'm planning to put some extra time off. I need more than
We'll
just 2
announce the
days.
full list closer to July 21st, but here are some highlights. And then they actually go into some of the games that are going to be in there. Chris Tales, Destroy All Humans, Havens, Hellpoint, Skatebird, The Veil,
Okay.
Raji,
Okay.
Welcome to Elk. Like, it's just, you know what I mean, a list. Thoughts. Sprinkle me.
I love it.
E40.
Like,
Okay.
I love
That's a
it.
thought.
You know, just being able, just like you said, just being able to touch games, even if it's, say, if it's a game that's 2 years out, but to get a sample of what's to come, especially showing possibly what the graphics can potentially look like, some types of gameplay styles that we ain't never seen before, just to get an idea of what the future holds, is just an awesome feeling. And then knowing
Yeah.
that these developers are looking for our feedback, you know, because there's a lot of developers. When you tell them, hey, I didn't like this, or you know what, I think if you tweak it, add this particular thing in, a lot of those developers listen. Like, they show that through some of these
Sure.
games that get revamped. So
Sure.
I think this is something different, especially without having E3 and having a presence where you would have certain games that we talked about this some years ago, actually, about, you know, being able to have some of these demos like at home, like after they show the trailers or whatnot ever, and then be like, hey, demos live right now, you guys can go download it and do it. But they only
Right.
did that for, like, you know, a handful of games. But
Yeah.
this is
It wasn't
something
100.
not at all. When I say a
Right.
handful, I mean we could literally probably count them on one hand, the ones
Yeah.
that we could
One
go
hand.
in and get. But
Yeah.
I think it's phenomenal. Like, I essentially I want to go grab one of my other hard drives and kind of just clean some space off, and so I can just hook it up and just download these demos. Like, as soon as it pops up, I just want to go. I wish there was a download all button, but
Yeah,
I'm just gonna start
yeah.
going through and picking up some.
I
But
can't even imagine what that download time would even look like.
hey, I got some blazing fast internet over here, so
I mean, they're also probably going to be very small. You know what I mean? These are going to be vertical slices that'll be very small. Who knows exactly how much of it you're getting to play, or like what state the games are in, or you know, whatever. I mean, look,
Now-
I'm
I dig it.
not gonna be able to burn through all of them. You say you dig it?
No, yeah, I absolutely dig it. It's like taking. We know E3 was kind of maybe starting to phase out. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff hit this year. This is like taking something from that that people like us have always wanted to do, and now we can do it at home. And then with social media, we can go right to the people, kind of like we're there, and be like, "Yo, yes, I really like what you're doing here. I'm looking forward to see the evolution of it." Or like you were saying, Joe,
Yep.
tweak this a little bit, stuff like that. You know, I really like it. I think it's something that might stick. Like if it goes well, I think it'll probably stick around every year.
I dig it. What you think, Ty?
There's one thing that kind of like sticks out for me, and that's all say 75, 100 games all at once. To me, that seems like overwhelming. And by the if they're actually working on all these games, because that's why they're sending them out as demos, by the time you've gotten to them or fixed and gotten all your feedback, I've forgotten about them. So my thing would be, okay, say you got 100 games,
Mm-hmm.
and you say you got 10 games in each category. You got 10 games of racing, 10 games of
Mhm.
fighting, 10 games of whatever. Give one game from each category at a time. Let me demo those. Let me give you that feedback. Give me the next wave.
Right. Well, I mean, I think
Instead
the thing with this is that these are not going to be specifically like Microsoft games. These are going to be
These are gonna be
games that
all
are
over
just
the board.
from all kinds of different developers and so forth. Probably this is so Microsoft hasn't really done E3 for probably 4 years or so now.
Mhm.
Like, they do a conference on their own stage, which is across the street from the convention center where E3 is held. And for the last couple of years, they've had a presence there. Like last year, I think it was all Mixer,
It was
and you know what I mean. Like so, these I imagine this is a way. These were probably developers that they kind of wooed and said, "Hey, why don't you come over to the Microsoft Theater so you can show your games off to the people who are coming in and give them a chance to play." And because E3 didn't happen, this is probably a way for them to say, all right, here's
I
the deal.
see.
We still want to showcase your games and give people a chance to play them and so forth, because this is the E3 really is supposed to be about the media getting a chance to go in, demo games, try stuff, write them up, get people like us excited about it because they do a video preview or they do something on IGN or whatever it is. That doesn't exist now. And so because it doesn't exist, well, why don't we just get it to the people? You know what I mean?
Those
And
exactly
find a way.
Need to do that.
Yep.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, if you were on the show floor, you're not playing 100 games. Like,
Oh,
you
not at
wouldn't
all.
be able to play 100 games.
Be happy
So
to
really,
get 5 of them because you're gonna be in lines for hours
Yeah.
just trying to
and that's
get
the other
to.
thing. You could play more games this way than you would ever be able to play on the show floor. So it makes a lot of sense. And then, 2, if you look at a list of 100 games, you're gonna pick the ones that stand out to you.
Absolutely.
It could be the name, it could be the box art, it could be the branding, could be that you know the name of the publisher, right?
Right.
It could be category. So there is going to be something to be said for how they actually set this up. If you put 75 to 100 games, you just put them in a list and it's alphabetical, it's not going to work. But if you look at like the way that they do Game Pass has the ability to sort alphabetically. You can sort by genre. So you can say, I'm looking for fighting, I'm looking for shooting, I'm looking for action adventure, I'm looking for role playing, I'm looking for whatever. And you can look for the kinds, I'm looking for a puzzle game. Like, you can look for the kinds of games that you already know you're interested in.
That's
Right?
like-
So you don't waste time and effort downloading games that you're probably not going to like anyway. But then it also does mean that maybe, just like what happens in Game Pass, you do, because it's there in front of you, download a game that you might not normally try.
Yep.
And find out that you like something else. Which, the additional benefit to Microsoft is, these companies get feedback, and then Microsoft says, you know, if this game was in Game Pass,
Right.
you might want to sign this deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, they might just go ahead and Suge Knight the whole thing. Like, you might just want to go ahead sign this deal.
Sign
You gotta
this
see what
deal.
we're working with.
Come on over to Game Pass.
Yeah, right there. If you want somebody not dancing all around in the back of your video games, throwing their logos all over your joints,
Come on
come
over
to Game Pass right there. Yeah, they might just... It's terrible. And they might just strong arm the joint.
Great.
I think this is cool. I'm not even going to try to play all the games. I'm going to look at the ones that look interesting to me, right? Ones that I've already heard of, they look interesting. Like, that's what I'm going to do. And give feedback.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I certainly think that, like, in lieu of an actual E3, in lieu of getting a lot of that feedback, in lieu of only being able to see video in, you know, in this Corona world where, like, a lot of people aren't even really getting hands-on demos. Like, even the media isn't really getting hands-on demos under most circumstances. They're just having an interview with a developer, and they're telling them about it because they're not physically there.
Right.
Right.
There's actually a chance for us to get our hands on it, and it's the same thing as what the media is going to get.
Yep.
Because they're going to do it too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So, and if somebody writes something up, and they're like, yo, this joint is fire, and I'm like, well, that joint is in this list. Let me check that joint out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And you'll be able to see immediately what games get the most downloads, what games get played the most, what joints have the most play time. Like, you're going to be able to see all of that feedback. That feedback is going to be so valuable to these developers who are just trying or whatever. And again, it's going to be
And
a thing for Microsoft to be like, hey, bruh, everybody's downloading this joint. Everybody's talking about this joint. Everybody's playing this joint. People are finishing the demo and going back and playing it again when they could go play another 99 games.
Right.
Yeah, I think this is a win-win all the way around for everybody.
It is.
Win-win, yeah.
It is.
Very good.
I think it's brilliant. And for real, it's probably the most excited I've been about anything happening in gaming, like E3 wise,
Yeah.
I know why.
at all, because this is the thing we've been asking Microsoft for since the 360 ended. Like, the 360, they basically mandated, hey, if you're gonna put a game out, you got to make a demo. And that was how they sold so many games. And then when this generation came out, demos just, for the most part, stopped existing, and they stopped putting them out before the game came out. most demos that come out now, the game is already available to purchase. You know what I mean? And then they put the demo out. Used to be like, I mean, man, shoot, I played that Fight Night 3 demo for months, I think, before Fight Night came out. You know what I mean? Like, so that kind of stuff, maybe it's something we're going to be looking forward in the future. Maybe that's how E3 goes away but comes back in the future. Maybe we start to see it. And maybe people see that feedback and start putting demos out again, and we start to get that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
In this next generation of consoles, like, that could be a really big deal. So that's just kind of, I mean, I think it's smart, and I'm here for it. The Last of Us Part 2. You downloaded it, Jokes?
Mm-hmm.
Did you download it, Sin?
No, I went back to the first one to complete it, so I've been going through that to cycle again.
I don't need your excuses. I just wanted to know if you did.
It was like,
Yes or
yay
no
or
question.
nay? Yay or nay?
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? My man. Okay, Jokes. Have you played it?
Only for a few hours. Not too deep into it.
How come you're not still playing it? Everybody's talking about how great this game is.
I
How come
know.
you're not still playing it?
I've just been busy. Well,
Have you been busy, or is it that it's not good enough?
no.
Because I know you're playing games.
I'll say I have been playing Valorant. Like I'm not a PC gamer, but I downloaded Valorant, and I find it to be something that I can play. Like typically, you know, thinking of using ASD and W for the controls, using the mouse to aim. Not normally my forte, but Valorant has made it kind of interesting where it's pretty smooth to get used to it. So like I'm actually rather enjoying the quest. I'm that type that loves to jump into like first person shooters, whatnot, ever getting online playing versus me. Like that's just my forte. Like I like a good story, don't get me wrong, but I get drawn into those type of games a little bit more. Like
Yeah, you don't like the good stories that much. You like your stories in movies, not in games.
But like I've gone out and got a whole brand new mouse just for the fact that
I saw that.
Yeah.
Like, I saw that and I don't like it.
Yeah, and I'm like,
it's what he does.
Hey, it's what I do.
Oh.
So
I don't
next,
like it at all.
So yeah, so next thing I'm probably gonna end up doing is downloading Destiny on the PC and playing Destiny on the PC.
You know, we're done. So The Last of Us Part 2 sold 4 million copies in 3 days and is officially the fastest selling Sony exclusive title, dethroning Spider-Man of all time. So first of all, that's a problem.
Mm-hmm. I know you mad.
I mean, I'm not really mad, you know what I'm saying? But like, come on, dog. That joint ain't better than Spider-Man. Stop playing around.
If do it, it was gonna be The Last of Us 2.
If Spider-Man came out during COVID, you could forget it.
Let them drop.
That's where I'm at.
Let them drop that Miles Morales. It's like, hey, you guys getting that now?
What? You see what I'm saying? But curveball.
Oh, there it is. Before the shutdown.
There we go.
What Sony exclusive title would you like to see come to other consoles?
Woo,
Slap it. Oh boy. Oh boy.
I'm gonna say Gran Turismo. Like, I want to see Gran Turismo on the power of an Xbox. I'm sorry. Like, granted, I know it looks good over on PlayStation, but I think Xbox
incredible.
may be able to put a little extra oomph behind that on like a Series X.
Okay.
So I think that'd be interesting. And just for the fact of you've had this conversation, having something like that would rival like a Forza type of game would be a little bit of an interesting type of seeing how they would duke it out with each other on the same platform. Granted,
I mean, there's other stuff. It's not like there's not a Assetto Corsa or
but
Project Cars or whatever, but them joints ain't Forza.
But I mean that would be pretty interesting. Like I think that would be one it's been around for so long and it's just been such a staple on the PlayStation console to see it actually come over to the Xbox. Kind of same thing like Yakuza. Sin's probably one of Sin's favorite games out there. You know, just hearing the mention of that dropping in the Game Pass and just being on Xbox itself is like.
Yeah, I mean I guess, but Yakuza's not a Sony game. I mean, it's exclusive though.
Exclusive.
It's not a Sony game. But yeah, but remember I said I expect to see Gran Turismo make it to Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Remember me saying that. So just
we got it.
Pay attention. Sin?
I'm gonna go with Uncharted. Uncharted
Mm.
series. Since although
Okay.
you got the trilogy out now, you can at least throw the trilogy out there on PCs and other consoles and let people,
So
experience.
not like if they do a new game, you want to see them just take the old joints and bring them over.
I wasn't thinking new. I was just thinking of the Uncharted that are out now. Like
The collection,
Yeah.
kind of like what they did with Mass Effect, vice versa, and took like the whole trilogy and took it over to PlayStation.
yeah. But I think Uncharted would be a good one. Let people get experience Nathan Drake's story. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Good one. Yeah.
Okay. Ty, do you have a PlayStation exclusive title? Do you just not care? Does it matter to you?
Not anymore. I used to, but not anymore because it already happened. So like, mine was Final Fantasy. Now that a lot of the new Final Fantasies go onto not cross platforms, but now they added Xbox into their platforms that they do.
Mhm.
Mass Effect that went cross platform.
Mhm.
I don't know. So yeah, I would agree with Uncharted. Like
Yeah.
I am the story gamer. I'm going to sit there for hours and I'm going to go in all these stupid little caves and I want to get all this dialogue and find all
Yeah.
this secret story plot, and I don't care about that. The only game that really almost got me was Destiny because I got into Mass Effect.
Dig it.
Mass Effect was the only game that I like held a gun, and I was, because Halo didn't care.
Sure.
Didn't care
Oh,
about
man.
Call of Duty or anything else.
I got
Yep, sorry, nope.
Now this is,
The
I mean,
story
that's
was not
cool.
heavy enough for me.
I got you. The weight, it didn't feel weighty enough.
It didn't. I did not care about this one character. I mean,
Right.
as a writer, like, what makes the character? The fact that there are other characters around them that give them choices and decisions and things. So Master Chief, I was like, nah, I got a whole cast back here and blue aliens and stuff.
Yeah.
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 Nah,
I mean, I think they tried to do that as they moved into like the second and third ones, with the way they fleshed out Cortana and the Arbiter and whatever. Like, I think they tried to do that a bit more. I will tell you right now, I don't care about Halo story at all, which is probably why I'm one of the people who's like, oh, y'all talking about Halo 5 was bad? Y'all tripping. Man, I was shooting stuff, and stuff was blowing up, and we was running up hills, and me and my boys was having a good time. I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I don't know what you're talking about. Like, what do you mean the story was bad? All the Halo stories are bad. The only good
Right.
Halo story
Right.
is Reach.
Reach.
Reach is fire,
Fire.
which, like he said, is built around all the other characters. It's a, you know what I mean? It's all the characters together that you're moving through. Reaches. If you haven't played Halo Reach, Ty,
That one I did.
play
That's
Halo
the one.
Reach.
I can run some reach.
That one I did.
Play Halo Reach. ODST.
Mm-hmm.
ODST got a little bit. It doesn't have all that, but it's just so.
Those are my
It's such
two
a
favorite
somber
games.
game.
Yeah.
But
A lot of people were just like, I don't know why, but Halo Reach is where it's at right now. And I started playing, and I'm like, oh, they started giving it a good story. Okay.
I mean, yeah. Look, I would agree. You know what? I don't know if there's a Sony exclusive title that I really feel like would.
Welcome to the chat, Ellis.
Oh Lord. That I would care if they, like, for real. I don't need Uncharted or other stuff because Tomb Raider already exists. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, so, like, I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing, like, because it does have its own story. Like, there's a story there, but, like, I don't know. I don't know if I would need that. Maybe The Last of Us, just because of the kind of story it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, The Last of Us might be incredible to be able to just play everywhere. You know what I mean? But I can't see that on, like, I can't see that on a Nintendo console.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I would like to get to a place where, like, Nintendo has hardware that's powerful enough to, like,
Push something.
do some of this kind of, you know what I mean? Like, to do some of that kind of stuff. Like, that's the problem. Like for me, like Ty, I heard you, talk about like Final Fantasy coming over as like a PlayStation, but to me, Final Fantasy is not a Sony franchise. It's a Nintendo
Correct.
franchise. It's a Nintendo thing for me because all my Final Fantasies were Nintendo
Yes.
first.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
right,
And
first.
then it went to PlayStation, and then it left PlayStation. And I would like to see a brand new Final Fantasy make it to a Nintendo console, but it doesn't have the power. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that kind of destroys me. All right. Well, look, I mean, for y'all in the chat and what have you, just what if there is a PlayStation exclusive title that you would like to see make it to other consoles, let us know. Throw it out there.
Yeah.
Listen, Ellis,
What?
just leave you alone. So look, last thing I want to say. June is over. It's July 1st today.
Yes, it is.
And I'm going to say that E3 is officially over. Like,
Yep.
whatever we would have had that would have been what E3 was, is done. Okay? I have a question.
Mhm.
Where was Stadia?
Hiding.
Over there somewhere. I don't. Over there. Exit stage left.
Back
I
in
don't-
development.
I don't even know if it's
I see
development.
you
It's more
looking.
like planning. It's more like planning.
Like, there were some trailers that were like, oh, yeah, we're coming to Stadia.
Ooh.
Where was Stadia? Like, if this had been an E3,
I almost don't even think they
no
would've done
conference, no, like,
Yeah.
where
it. Nah, Stadia.
was Stadia?
Nah, they just hit the Homer
wait.
Simpson. They just hit the Homer Simpson there.
Just back into the bush.
Right into the bush, straight up. So I got an email from Stadia today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice segue.
Sometimes I plan things. Play Stadia on your TV for just $99.99. Get a Stadia controller
They dropped that.
and a Google Chromecast Ultra with Premier Edition and bring Stadia to your biggest screen. Bro, am I tripping? This was $129, wasn't it?
Yeah, they did announce that they did that drop in the price. Like, that's probably why I didn't get it, because I own a Stadia. So that's probably the reason why I didn't get that email. Because it's like, oh, you already
When
gave
you
it to
say
me.
I own a Stadia,
Should I say a Stadia controller? Is that what you want me to say? I own a Stadia controller and a Google Chromecast? Is that what you want me to say?
I mean, the whole point of Stadia is that there's no box. Like, there's no thing to own. That's the whole point.
Well, I own a Stadia controller then. I'm a
Okay,
founder.
okay. Okay, Joe.
That's funny.
Oh,
I
man.
own a Stadia.
Hey, listen. Listen. Somebody's going to walk into a retail location and ask for a Stadia.
Oh yeah.
Listen to me.
Guaranteed. This holiday, yeah.
Hey, can we do that and film it? Can we walk into a joint? But like, yo, I know, like, what's the new consoles coming out? And they tell us about the Series X. PlayStation 5. Nah, man. It's a Google joint. It's a Google joint. What's up with that Stadia joint? I heard y'all got them.
I'll definitely do that. That'd be hilarious.
Hey, dog, I might have to put you up to it.
That's too funny.
I might have to put you up to it. Yeah, man, look, I'm disappointed in Stadia. My feelings are kind of hurt. I wanted to see it do well. I really did.
Agreed.
I think
No.
we all are in that sense. Yeah.
There was a period in time where I felt like Stadia was really going to put a lot of pressure on these new consoles with the power that they're claiming. Stadia came out like, what? Xbox One X, 6 teraflops. We got 10.
Yeah, those come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now the new joints got 13. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Whoopsies.
upgrade on your end. Yeah, it's just I'm concerned about the well-being of the Stadia, bro. I really am.
Yeah, I will
I'm
own
not
a-
feeling it.
a
I feel like
console
Stadia might be
controller.
going the way of the Steam controller, bro.
I'll learn
You know
a
what I'm saying?
console
Like,
controller then.
They got a lot of work
Real
to do
talk.
over there to get
Put
it
that
right.
in the museum.
They do. I mean, and I'm sure, you know,
Oh, yeah.
Amazon coming for them.
Yeah, I think they need to have it right by this holiday so they can get it out there to people while they got a chance. Because it might
Excellent.
not be too tough to come
Have
back.
a concrete set, like a concrete marketing plan of like putting commercials in front of people
Mhm.
while they're watching Christmas movies, while they're watching like Thanksgiving, while they're getting ready for whatever
Yeah.
sports, if there are any sports happening. Like if you don't have a solid plan to explain to people, like, you know what YouTube is? Go on YouTube, watch people play this game, and then hit play. Like if you don't have the things working that you said are going to be the things that make it worth, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
bro, what are you doing? I just don't. I don't. It's like they jumped the gun. You know what I'm saying? Like
you said, I think you said it the best beforehand. They should have jumped in and did like a beta type thing, almost like what the Fortnite did. Like, look, buy in.
Bro, Fortnite did a beta for 3 years and became the #1 game.
Yep.
Why they were in beta? What are you doing, Stadia? Can you play Fortnite on Stadia?
Not as of now, I don't think.
No, you can't. That's so dumb.
Yeah.
That's
Still
so
not going
dumb.
to be able to do it now that they're not in beta.
Yeah, listen. You can play Fortnite on everything
And even
Yep.
the Switch and your phone.
except Stadia.
Yeah.
You're playing on my
Your cell phone. You can play Fortnite on your phone.
I
You
can
can play it on
I can play on the
an
PC when I'm
iPod,
watching
bruh.
YouTube. Like,
Oh, I'm about to go get this Nokia phone. I bet you I can play it. I bet you I can play Fortnite on this Nokia phone.
Hey, son, you could probably play Fortnite on an Atari 2600 because they put it everywhere except Stadia.
that says something.
I don't understand that.
That says something.
I mean, I know Epic got their own store and all that, but I don't know, man. There's something tricky about that. Listen, I'd love to hear y'all's thoughts. I mean, I'd love to read y'all's thoughts because I guess I'll hear them if I read them out loud, but I probably won't. So I'd love to see y'all thoughts. Feel free to share them in the comments. We're gonna wrap this up. I want to thank you, Ty, for joining us one more time. Tell people about Elements of Light. Tell people how they can get it, where they can get it, how they can follow you, all of that jazz, please.
You can get it by following me because right now I'm sold out.
I just saw you show some. You got some. You got one.
That's
That's mine.
That's mine.
It's mine.
I gotta have my own.
Right.
It's mine.
That's mine. Okay.
I'm not gonna buy my own CD. So
Oh, I feel you. I bought mine.
follow me on Facebook, Elements of Light. Follow me on Instagram, Elements of Light Comic. Follow me on Twitter, EOL Comic. EOL Comic. I think that's my handle.
Okay.
I'm obviously not on Twitter like that. So how about you just go on Facebook? How about just go on Facebook? It's fine.
Okay.
Everyone's got a Facebook.
Find everything else there.
Right. The link is through there. The store is even attached to Facebook, so you can actually, when I get more books, you can actually buy it on Facebook.
Man.
Yeah, I'm a one-stop shop. I will have more T-shirts. A lot of people didn't really realize that at the cons, All-Star and those that shall not be named will. I had T-shirts to sell. But I'm really, really excited. For those who want the real quick snippet, Elements of Light is I'm about to say comics again. 2 scientists in a world of magic trying to create fake magic. Pick it up and let me know. I love to hear feedback. If you're in the Ashburn, Virginia area, Comic Logic Books and Artwork does have copies, so you're just going to have to make a trip.
Hey, make that
That's
trip.
what's up.
Yeah,
Make the trip. It'll be worth it.
definitely.
It'll be worth it. Make the trip.
And there are
All right,
other local artists and writers like myself in the Comic Logic store that sell their products. We were absolutely fantastic. So big shout out to Comic Logic and all of the local artists that fill their shelf because they are amazing.
No doubt. No doubt. Good people. We know lots of them.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really great folks. Thanks again, Ty, for joining us. Joe K,
Yes,
you got
sir.
anything you want to say before we wrap up?
I'm good.
I bet. Sin?
I'm good. We can wrap it up.
My man. With that, we're out. Make sure you're following us across all the socials. New channel is launching on Sunday. Snack Bite channel. It's going to be a little tricky, y'all. And make sure tomorrow you guys tune in. Anime Vault episode 3 is going live.
Yes.
So make sure y'all check that out. That's happening at 2 o'clock. You know, some things got worked on.
Akira.
So we appreciate it if y'all check that out. Making some changes to Patreon. It's coming up end of this week too. With that, we're out. Toodles and Loos. What it do, snackers and snackettes? Did you like what you just saw? Would you like to help us grow? Here's what you can do. Shoot over to patreon.com/loading snacks. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on your favorite platform of choice. Appreciate you.